So Meta just dropped something big yesterday. They launched a brand new AI model called Muse Spark. And this isn't just another update to Llama or a chatbot refresh. This is the first model to come out of Meta Superintelligence Labs, the division led by Alexander Wang, the former CEO of Scale AI. Quick context on why that matters. Meta paid $14.3 billion last June for a 49% stake in Scale AI. Basically, to bring Alexander Wang in as their first ever chief AI officer 9 months later, here's the first real product of that bet. Muse Spark is a reasoning model that handles both text and image inputs. It has different modes for different tasks, but the one that should have every marketer's full attention is the shopping mode. Here's how it works. The shopping mode combines the language model with data on user interests and behavior across Instagram, Facebook, and Threads. So when someone asks Meta AI for a product recommendation, it's not just searching the web. It's pulling from what that person actually engages with on social media. The posts they like, the accounts they follow, the content they share. Think about what that means for product discovery. Meta has over 3 billion daily active users across its apps. And now it's building an AI shopping assistant that knows what each of those users actually cares about, not based on search keywords, based on real social behavior. Muse Spark is rolling out in the coming weeks across Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Messenger, and even the Ray-Ban Meta AI glasses. Now, here's a strategic shift worth paying attention to. Unlike Llama, which Meta open sourced for anyone to use, Muse Spark is proprietary. API access is limited to a small private preview with select partners only. Meta is keeping its best AI in-house, as that matters for marketers, because it means you can't just plug this model into your own tools. The only way to benefit from Muse Spark is through Meta's platforms, which gives Meta even more control over the advertising ecosystem. On the performance side, Muse Spark is competitive with the top models from OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google. It scored 89.5% on GPQA Diamond, a PhD level reasoning benchmark, and it actually outperformed rivals on HealthBench, a medical reasoning test, all while using, according to Meta, over 10 times less compute than their previous Llama 4 model. Meta is spending tens of billions on AI infrastructure this year. And the first major output of that investment just shipped. For marketers, the thing to watch is that shopping mode, because if Meta can turn its social graph into an AI-powered product recommendation engine, they could fundamentally change how consumers discover and buy products on the platforms where you're already advertising. Okay, so here's a story that pairs really well with what we just talked about. Because on one side, you have Meta and every other major tech company pouring billions into AI. And on the other side, the people running those companies are quietly taking money off the table. SEC filings show that insiders at the 5 largest tech companies have net sold $16.1 billion of their own stock over the past 2 years. We're talking Nvidia, Amazon, Alphabet, Apple, and Microsoft. Let me break that down. Amazon insiders sold $10.9 billion. Nvidia insiders sold $4.1 billion. Alphabet executives sold $401 million. Apple sold $365 million. Microsoft sold $279 million. Apple CEO Tim Cook personally sold about $16.5 million worth of shares just in early April. And at both Nvidia and Apple, there were 0 insider purchases in the latest reporting period. Not one executive at either company buying their own stock. Now, zoom out even further. JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon is projecting that these same hyperscalers will collectively spend $725 billion on AI infrastructure in 2026. That's up from $450 billion last year, a 60% jump in a single year. So you've got the biggest capital spending surge in corporate history, and the people running these companies are selling billions in their own shares. That's a real tension worth sitting with for a second. Does it mean these companies are in trouble? No. These stocks have had extraordinary runs. Nvidia alone is up 85,000% since 2009. Amazon up 6,800%. Insiders sell for lots of normal reasons: diversification, tax planning, preset trading schedules. But here's the marketing angle that I think gets overlooked. These companies essentially are your marketing infrastructure. Google Ads, Meta Ads Manager, Amazon DSP, Microsoft Advertising. The platforms you run campaigns on every day are built and maintained by these exact companies. If $725 billion in AI spending delivers the performance gains everyone is betting on, your tools get dramatically better, better targeting, better creative automation, better measurement. But if those investments don't generate the returns Wall Street is pricing in, that ripples through everything downstream: platform pricing, API costs, ad inventory economics. The entire cost structure underneath your campaigns could shift. So, what's the practical takeaway? Keep adopting AI tools aggressively. The capabilities are real and improving fast. But build flexibility into your budgets. Avoid locking into rigid long-term platform commitments when the economics underneath are still being worked out. The smartest play right now is going all in on what AI can do while staying nimble about where you spend.